Hello, let's do Wordle for Sunday, April 5th. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with fairy. All right, we end in Y today. Didn't we end in Y yesterday as well? In a recent day. I don't have good memory on that. Common letters are S, T, L, N. Now, gotta be careful with Y endings because they're pretty trappy. So I think if possible, I would like to target the letters that tend to be towards Y with this guess. I think all of these can be, though, so that doesn't really help me. But something like stony is probably a good idea because, again, they tend to be near the Y, the S, the T, and the N. I don't have like good stats on exactly which letters appear the most. Like I might want to use a P or something, but I'm going to go with stony. I think that's a good guess. All right, there's an O and an N, and they are not placed. So my initial thought went to ON here. Like we could guess money. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think now that we have the N and we know it's not next to the Y, I think we're money. Not that the answer is money. I was just making the pun on. I think we're good. Interesting. So we have an E. Just we don't know where any of these go. Peony? No. I was thinking peony, but the N can't go in that spot. So do we start with on? We'd actually have to be exactly this. So I don't think so. Do we start with N and then put the like E here and the O here? I don't think that's a word. Envoy is a word though, if we swap that E and the N. There it is. Okay. You just got to kind of fiddle with the letters till your brain finally tells you, hey, if you do that little tweak, that's the answer. All right, envoy is a fun word. I enjoy that, and I don't think it ended up being very trappy. Okay, let's see if I made good guesses. But first, we are going to spin the members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. So many entries, can't even read it. And for those who missed my announcement yesterday, you can now get a word on the wheel by signing up for my Patreon for as low as $3 a month. For every $3 a month you pledge, you can edit the pledge amount. If you increase that by $3, you get another word on the wheel up to 5. So if you do $15 a month, you can get 5 words on the wheel. You also get to watch the videos on Patreon with no ads, which is a bonus for, I think, a lot of people, especially on Facebook. All right. Well, tomorrow's word will be shart. This is by RadTech92. So tomorrow we will be starting with shart. So if you would also like to put words like shart on the wheel, Patreon's now an available option for that. Okay. Let's check with the bot and see how we did. I mean, shart has good letters, at least. Envoy is our answer. We guessed fairy. Okay, so it says we're in danger of losing to the ollie trap or the ummy trap or the oni or just, basically that these ending in Y traps. The only way to avoid it is moldy, meshy, or mushy. So it really needs that M. I don't really know why. There's 182 words left. I went stony. Actually, no, wait. I just remembered. I was emailed an analysis. So maybe there's more to it. I was emailed a more in-depth analysis, so I'm going to pull that up. Hard mode. Hold on. What I've sent a few files, so I'm going to see what these actually are. Okay. Full solution tree for fairy since it's not losing on anything. Oh, okay. Anyway, I just want this. So it says godly is the best follow-up. Let me see what stony. Stony might lose. Okay, so I did not make a good choice in terms of wanting to win. But it says godly's the best, but I went stony. It's, at least according to this analysis, really bad. But we got lucky with that ON. And so now there's only 7 answers left. Bony, enjoy, envoy. Oh, so enjoy was an option besides envoy. Which is envoy is the first I saw. Honey, money, nobly, and wonky are left. So it says go bony or honey or money. So money was actually a top guess. It's tied for first place. And after that, it's enjoy or envoy. And I thought of envoy first for whatever reason. Didn't even think of enjoy until the bot told me it was there. All right. So let's look at godly. All right. So godly doesn't actually lose if you use a more in-depth analysis. So after godly, it says to do envoy or enjoy or peony or phony. Like there's just tied. So you could get lucky at envoy here. Enjoy definitely gives you envoy if in 4. Peony, you still have to do enjoy envoy. And phony, you still have to do enjoy envoy. So it's going to be 3, 4, or 5 from fairy at godly. All right. Let's look at tails. It's solve. Now tails has if you ever see it without the less than equal, that means that it has been pre-processed in full. And so it's just parroting the best tree for that top result. So after tails, drone is proven the best. And then after that, we could go straight to envoy, get it in 3, or we do venom and then envoy in 4. Steal, lose the E, so that makes a difference. We're going to do Dane, and then born, and then we're going to get envoy in either 4 or 5. Adieu is the most popular starting word. Just has that E fourth. So we're going to go slept. And then born. And then envoy in either 4 or 5. All right. Audio. Honestly, the first follow-up is usually the most interesting to me. With just that O, it's really worried about OER and Ollie. It's like, oof, there's a lot of words we lose on. But we're going to go clone. Just pick the top one. And then a clone says, oh, phew, it wasn't any things we lose on. So it's going to go Tony from here. There's 21 words left. Tony is on the answer list. I don't know what that means. But it's slightly better than money. Tony, like you're like a tone. Anyway, 4 or 5 from audio. Stare, another common starting word. We're going to go lined. We're going to do a filler lined. And then enjoy envoy. If we didn't do lined, we'd do demon, which also goes to enjoy envoy. So 3 or 4. That was stare. So we're going to do trace, which tries to get in 2. It does not today, but it does go this demon, enjoy envoy. So 3 or 4. And finally, clasp is what the official bot starts with. After all gray, we're going to go tired. And then gnome. And then enjoy envoy. So a 4 or 5. All right. Well, let's analyze with the official bot. See how people are doing. I don't know. I think you're not actually getting trapped on this particular word, but we'll see. That's just my prediction that we have a fairly high solve rate. But I think a lot of people are going to go enjoy first. I beat the bot. Give me a 96 skill score. I really liked my guesses. So fairy, Stony gave an 89. Stony is by far the most popular follow-up. Pouty, money, dusty, bunny, pesky, lousy, mousy, phony, peony. It would go peony. All right. Money, it gave a 99. The other bot also said it was tied for first. And then envoy had 2 words. We got 50% going envoy, actually. 30% going enjoy. That's interesting. It goes clasp, toner, envoy. It's a 3. Draws a pretty picture too. All right, we have 0.2 getting it in 1. That's very low. 1.3, 16%. 56.7, 89.1. That's a little low. 98.7. Okay, so it's not a 99% solve rate, but it's close. And of course, people are losing on enjoy, if anything. All right. We're going to upload the screenshot so we can analyze in regular mode. Okay. Only gave me a 91 skill because it likes fillers. So here it would do peons. Instead of peony, it does peons, which gets that extra S because we don't have to repeat the Y. Most common follow-ups are, house. Apparently fairy house is, it must be a popular start. Two-word start, fairy house, because it gets the AI from fairy and it gets the OUE from house. The other consonants are okay, but there must be some trend of doing fairy house. But after that, we've got stony. There's also fairy mouse. Pouty, money, bunny, lousy, dusty. All right. Stony is still the winning one that matches hard mode. Money's exactly what I would pick still. Okay. It's just we lost more points on Stony than on hard mode because there were fillers that were better. All right. Does Slate, Diner, and Envoy? Okay. 0.3 getting it in 1. 1.3, 12.2, 45.2, 78.9, 94.9. Wow. 2.8% losing on Enjoy. That's crazy. All right. Well, that's it for Wordle. How'd you do? If you'd like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment below with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.